765 foot-pounds of torque in the truck I'm driving right now. 397 horsepower. It's got a 6.6 liter Duramax, and it's mated to a 6-speed Allison transmission. I'm in a 2017 2500 HD Chevrolet Silverado. I absolutely love this truck. You know, the pickup truck thing is getting really crazy these days, especially the diesel category. These guys are trying to one-up each other. It's like the arms race back in the 80s, man. It's just more power, more payload, more towing. They get more expensive. The one I'm driving is 66 grand, has a sticker price of 66 grand. Again, 397 horsepower, 765 foot-pounds of torque. And depending on what configuration you get, this one tows 13,000 pounds. It's got the 373 rear. The dualies, of course, tow the most. I don't know what they tow, 16, 17, 18,000 pounds. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous what they tow. And payload is about 2,700 pounds. So that's also ridiculous. Not sure too many people are using these as work trucks. I think this is more along the lines of a horse trailer type of truck, or if you got a bunch of toys or like a 40-foot boat or something. I'd kind of be afraid to scratch this one up. It's also probably for somebody that's like getting out of a 7 Series. I mean, this is almost $70,000, right? This is going to attract a luxury buyer, somebody that maybe wants to roughneck it for a couple of years, get out of a 7 Series, get into one of these. I'd rather drive this than a 7 Series. I love this truck, man. I've been in it 2 days, and I have fallen head over heels in love with it. I like it better than the Raptor I tested last week, which is what I thought was the coolest truck on the market. I like this better than the Dodge. I think it looks better than the Dodge. I haven't driven the Cummins. I do love the F250, the new one that's coming out, or it's out actually, and I can't wait to drive that one. But this 6.6 liter Duramax, I mean, 0 to 60 in a tick under 8 seconds, which is unreal considering this thing weighs 7,700 pounds. It's 10 grand more than the gas truck, but I've heard of people getting 18 to 20 miles a gallon on average in this thing, and upwards of 28 highway, which is absolutely ridiculous. Again, this is 8,000 pounds and has almost 800 foot-pounds of torque, and there's umpteen amounts of tunes and stuff available to get this thing over 1,000 foot-pounds. The cabin is pretty quiet. I love the way it's laid out. It's really comfortable. I love the perch, how high up you sit. This one looks really, really tall, almost lifted, and I don't know if that's because of the Z71 package. I know Z71 gives you different shocks and stabilizer bars and stuff like that. I don't know if it sits up higher or if that's just all diesels sit this way. But super comfortable. I love the seats. I love the tow mirrors. I love the greenhouse. I can see out of it really well. The seat is really comfortable. It's got dual USBs, 2 12 volts and a 120 volt, which is really nice. And the coolest thing about this truck actually is that you can just lay your phone up here and charge it, which is super cool. It's got this cool wireless charging. Heated and cooled seats, of course. The rear seat is a little tight, I will say. Not as big as the F250. My brother-in-law has an F250, and it's definitely a lot more spacious. Haven't driven the new Titan yet. I don't know that a lot of people are going to go to Nissan. You know, it's kind of going to be the usual suspects when you're driving a diesel, and that's Ford, Chevy, and Dodge. And people seem to be really kind of hardcore about the certain model they like. If you're a Ford guy, you're a Ford guy. If you're a Chevy guy, you're a Chevy guy. You might never cross-chop them. But having just come out of a Ford last week, man, I really like the steering in this car. It's light. It's definitely big. You definitely know you're driving a gigantic truck, but man, this would be a great daily driver, especially considering the fuel economy. I mean, the gas truck, the Vortec V8, the 6 liter, read on the forums that a lot of guys are averaging 10 miles a gallon. So even though you're paying 9 grand extra for the diesel, you know, getting 50% better gas mileage, your break-even point is about 100,000 miles. And of course, diesel has better resale. And of course, it just moves this thing a lot better. I did actually get to drive a 6.0, and it's really, really slow in this truck. It's not anywhere near as fun as this diesel. It doesn't sound as cool. I mean, of course, a 6-liter V8 sounds great, but I feel like in a truck like this, the diesel just pulls everything off. Let's smash on this thing real quick here. Gosh, so much torque, man. All the torque, by the way, all 800 foot-pounds of it available below 1,600 RPMs, man. So as soon as you hit that gas pedal, there is a slight bit of turbo lag off the start, but once you're rolling, there's relatively no lag. And like I said, 0 to 60 in 8 seconds. I mean, this thing is an animal, man. I'd love to put an exhaust and a tune on this thing and see what it's like. It's probably a good burnout machine. So if you're shopping for a diesel pickup truck, I mean, I would drive them all, even the Titan. I mean, these are all so good now. I don't know that there's a clear winner. It's probably really about which one you like looking at the best. And I do think the Chevy, I've owned a bunch of Chevy trucks. I like how boxy they are. I like how simple the designs are. This one looks really awesome in this blue. I love the hood bulges. I love the fender flares. I love the wheels on this one. Like, this is the perfect truck for me. I could daily drive this thing for the rest of my life and not need another truck. But definitely I would drive them all and see which one you like best. I can't tell you that the only thing I'd have to say negative about this car is when you're going 70 or 80 miles an hour, it's a little bit loud in the cabin. I don't know if it's the insulation or the tires or this D71, but it is a little bit louder in the cabin than I anticipated. But other than that, man, I can't find too much fault. The brake pedal feel is okay. It's a little spongy, but this thing is 8,000 pounds. I didn't expect it to brake like a Ferrari. Like I said, the steering is really light. Everything seems to work great. The navigation system, easy to use. I love this cell phone business right here, man, where you just charge it right there. It does have CarPlay now, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So if you're in the big pick 'em up category and you got 70K burning a hole and you want the most luxurious, big ass, awesome diesel truck, man, I don't know. I think the Chevy is tops on my list. Hey, listen, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.